Session, kick-starting, like Piyush was telling us, with the address of President Draupadi Murmu. Ahead of the session, during an all-party meeting, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi ordered the Committee of Privileges to revoke the suspension of 11 opposition MPs. These MPs were held guilty of breach of privilege by the House panel. 146 MPs, including members of both Raj Sabha and Lok Sabha, were suspended last month during the winter session for staging protests in demand of a statement by Home Minister Amit Shah on the Parliament security breach. Of the 146, 132 MPs were suspended for the remainder of the session. Their suspension was revoked when the session concluded. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the Interim Union Budget on the 1st of February. This will be the last annual budget of the Modi government's second term.
ज़्यादा हमारा थ्रस्ट एक तो माननीय राष्ट्रपति भाषण और राष्ट्रपति अभिभाषण के ऊपर धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव के ऊपर चर्चा होगा और वो 2 तारीख से ही शुरू होगा। वो भी हमने माननीय स्पीकर और चेयरमैन से बातचीत करके सभी अपोजिशन को निवेदन किया है। फ्राइडे से ही इस चर्चा का हम शुरू करेंगे और उसके बाद इंटीरियम बजट होगा, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का बजट होगा और इमरजेंसी कुछ बिल आता है तो वो भी बिल हम ले आने के लिए प्रस्ताव रखा है।
ये लोकसभा जो वर्तमान का कार्यकाल इसकी अंतिम बैठक नजर आती है। मैं इसमें बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से कह दूं, आर्थिक रूप से जिस तरह देश को बर्बाद किया जा रहा है वो मुद्दा मैंने उठाया है। फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर जिस तरह तोड़ा जा रहा है, राहुल गांधी की यात्रा पर हिंसक हमले आसाम सरकार करा रही, उस मुद्दे को उठाया है। किसान को 10 साल तो अब बीत गए, लगभग बीत गए, आज तक तो अभी कुछ किया नहीं इन्होंने। तो मैं कह सकता हूं कि दुगना तो करना दूर रहा, तो लागत निकालना मुश्किल है।
At least 8,000 crores which are dues for the 100 days job workers, their issues are not being taken for granted. Hungry people are fighting with hunger in a bad manner. So I have categorically said situation has gone up to that extent that our Chief Minister is being compelled to go for a sit-in demonstration from 2nd of February.
Piyush continues to be with us. The centre, of course, is the protocol really has called for an all-party meeting to discuss the way forward, but the acrimony really continues, isn't it? Piyush, it's a spillover from the last session. The drama about the breach of security, all of that, the manner in which played out, just so many suspensions happened. Of course, those MPs have for the time being been reinstated, but expect now things to be not very different when it comes to the working relationship between the opposition and the Treasury benches.
Well, absolutely, and that is why an all-party meeting was convened yesterday by Rajnath Singh, in which the top ministers of the Modi government were present. After the meeting, Prahlad Joshi, who is also Union Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, addressed the media where he informed about the entire budget session. He also told us as to how first President's speech will take place and interim budget will take place, following which the discussion on the motion of thanks to President will take place, and then discussion on interim budget will also take place. At the same time, he has also requested the opposition leaders to cooperate and let the parliament function smoothly. If we talk about the opposition leaders, the sources within the opposition have told us that they do not want to miss out the opportunity of cornering the Modi government on various issues during the discussions on 2 occasions. They want to raise the issues like alleged misuse of investigative agencies, outreach of governors in opposition ruled states. Also, they want to, they want a proper statement from the government on CA. So there are various issues on which the opposition is likely to corner the government on these particular issues. But the government is all of the view that the discussions will take place on interim budget and also on the motion of thanks to the president. The session is also to begin at around 11 a.m. with the addressal of President of India, Draupadi Murmu, where she is going to address the sitting of in fact, joint sitting of both the houses following which we can expect the adjournment of both the houses for today, and then it will resume tomorrow when interim budget will be tabled by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Before that, we can also expect the visuals of a few leaders of finance ministers offering prayers, because we see this tradition taking place every time when the budget is tabled. This ceremony is likely to take place at around 10:15 a.m. tomorrow, and then she will go, Nirmala Sitharaman along with her two colleagues, two MOS finance ministers, will go to South Block. They are going to show the copy of budget which will be presented in the parliament, and then all the finance ministers will be heading to parliament, and at around 11 a.m. the budget would be tabled. So there are a series of steps those are going to be followed, but at one side the government has requested opposition to let the parliament function smoothly, but on the other side the opposition is of the view that they certainly need answers on few questions which they have been raising not only in the last budget session but for very long, which also includes the misuse of investigative agencies, the suspension of parliamentarians, and also the parliament security breach which took place during the last session.
Right, Piyush, be with us. I'm just going to come back to you in a moment from now to discuss what really is expected. But first, this report about the interim budget. In under 48 hours from now, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the interim budget for 2024-2025, which has already stated that there would be no spectacular announcements in the forthcoming budget. It is expected that the government, like in the previous 4 interim budgets, could roll out major policies and tax announcements.
It's the 6th budget to be presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the 12th by the NDA government at the centre, capping an eventful, action-packed 10 years of Modinomics. But with general elections likely to take place in April and May, the budget will have to be an interim one, a traditionally scaled-down version in the run-up to a full post-election budget in July. It's often been said that the interim budget holds no big bang announcements and will merely be a vote on account. Expectations of big announcements were quashed by none other than the Finance Minister last month.
I'm not going to play a spoiled sport, but it is a matter of truth that the 1st February 24 budget that will be announced will just be a vote on account, because we are in an election mode. An election happens during this summer, the coming summer. So the budget that the government presents will just be able to, or would just be a budget to meet with the expenditure of the government till a new government comes to play.
Well, the practice of announcing tax changes in the interim budget started in 2004 by the then Finance Minister Jaswant Singh. It was then that he was the first one to in fact announce the merger of 50% dearance allowance with that of the central government employees with the basic pay in line as per the 5th Pay Commission recommendations. It's not just that, but he also announced a host of other custom duty cuts and various other tax reforms. Well, this was just the beginning of the trend that was carried on for the next upcoming vote on account budgets.
In the 2009 interim budget, Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee announced an extension of the reduction in central excise rates and a cut in service tax rates. In the 2014 vote on account, Finance Minister P. Chidambaram cut excise duty on a host of products. Piyush Goyal, as the Finance Minister of the NDA government in 2019, raised the pitch with the Pradhan Mantri Kisan programme, offering income support of 6,000 rupees per year for all farmer families. This set the exchequer back by 75,000 crore rupees a year. He also gave a full tax rebate to those having a total taxable income of up to 5 lakh rupees.
It is expected that government is going to keep a major focus on women, rural youth and farmers in the upcoming budget. This is Karishma Sudani. Joining me is cameraman Ashok Bhano reporting for Business Today Television, New Delhi.